Hey everybody, this is Dr. Chris Kelsch from Avondale Health Center in Avondale, Arizona. And today I want to talk about how posture is related to core strength and then give you a couple of easy exercises that you can start with for your core strength. Now, I'm going to just point out this picture here. This is from a website. We're not affiliated with them. It's called the Body Built blog. It's got a lot of good information on it. I encourage you to go to it. And it talks about um, posture and how to correct it and identify different things with it. But how many of you, when you sit at a desk for periods of time, look like this gentleman right here? Now, it's a little exaggerated, of course, but it's natural when you sit at a computer for a long time to slouch forward, let the shoulders roll forward. And of course, that can lead to chronic long-term pain in the neck, low back, etc. And most of us sit for long periods of time at a desk or watching TV nowadays. So one of the things that we want to look at is the core strength. I'm going to go to another picture here, and a lot of people get hung up on the rectus abdominis muscle. Rectus abdominis muscle is a muscle that goes up and down like this. They are the proverbial six-pack. They're the muscles that you want to look good when you look in the mirror. But the rectus abdominis doesn't have a lot to do with the health of the core of your body. Rectus abdominis' main job is to bend you into flexion, bend you forward. So if we go back to this guy right here, if you're slouched forward, you could have a tight rectus abdominis muscle. So it's important not to overwork the rectus abdominis. The biggest muscle that people forget about when it comes to core strength is the transverse abdominis. Transverse abdominis runs side to side. Now, it's the muscle that you would feel right in the lower abdomen here if you were bearing down or sneezing. If you put your hands down there and sneeze or cough, you can feel them contract. So if you work at tightening these up, that can make a huge, huge, huge difference. If we kind of go back into here, it talks about different things that can occur with poor posture and different treatments for it. Really don't want to get into it here. Like I said, I encourage you to go there if you would like to. But we're going to get right into the stretches here real quick. So one of the stretches that we do, or I should say exercises we do for strengthening of the core in our clinic, is this one right here. Active range of motion lumbar alternating arm and leg on a ball. So you get one of those exercise balls that you blow up and you can sit on those. You have to make sure it's appropriate for your size. If you're 5'10 to 6'2, a 65 centimeter ball is probably appropriate for you. Gives you a little bit of an idea. But what happens is you sit on the ball here and you are going to alternate an arm and a leg. So if you lift your left arm, you're going to lift your right leg. Now the whole time you do this, you're going to tighten this area right here. You're going to bear down. And if you want to know if you're doing it correctly, put your thumbs right across like your lower abdomen, the bones that stick out on the front of each hip. And if you feel a tightness there when you bear down, then you're doing it correctly. So then obviously, as you can see here, you would then lift the right arm and the left leg at the same time. The key is to stay balanced on the ball, not let it move. The way you do that is by tightening your core. So you're going to perform about 5 sets of those for about 1 minute and do that 1 time a day. The next exercise that we can look at is the active range of motion lumbar bridging on ball. So the bridge by definition will strengthen that transverse abdominis. So what you do is you lay flat on your back, you put that ball right here. What you do then is you bring your hips up. You try to make it so that it's basically almost flat across there. And you do that by focusing on tightening these muscles. Once again, the transverse abdominis. So you are going to do about 5 sets of those for a minute. Do that 1 time a day. Now, as you get stronger doing these, you can do variations. You can do it for longer periods of time. You can do it for more repetitions. But these are just 2 simple exercises that you can do. We're going to have a video demonstration of those now so you can see how they're done. And if you have issues with your core, if you're having lower back problems, if you're having neck problems, any other kind of pain in your back, you could have a weak core. And if you come into our clinic, we can give you a free consultation and try to determine what exactly is going on and give you some more direction. Thanks for watching.